How do you think you're going this season? Because you're getting big raps from people.
Yeah, no, pretty happy. Obviously, Willie's come in this year, and it's probably a little bit different game, I guess, to how Tony liked me to play. So not too much different, quite similar a lot, but just sort of adjusting to how Willie wants our nines to play. And no, I feel like I'm going all right.
Well, it doesn't seem to be a lot of difference. Maybe perhaps I don't know. It's just my perception that he likes his nines to go the line.
Yeah. So it's probably just a bit more. There's not, as I said, there's not too much different. Maybe just a little bit less running, but not. Willie hasn't taken anything away. He said if you see something, go for it, and just being more direct and probably digging into the line a bit more. So that's just worked on that a bit.
Does that suit you? It seems to.
Yeah, no, it's been well. Just obviously my game is I enjoy running and getting out off quick play the ball. So yeah, no, it's been fun.
And how do you find this mix and match between you and Jez Litten? You're getting the starting shirt at the moment.
Yeah, well, that's probably a little bit different to last year as well, in the fact that we probably, although we have at times this year, we probably played on the field together more last year, and which doesn't mean to say we won't as we go forward this year. But yeah, so it's probably, but yeah, it's fine. Jez and I have a great combination. It's really been awesome to see his progression, and obviously to get to play for England on the weekend was an outstanding achievement. So it's been awesome.
Did that surprise you, or did it just reaffirm what you already know about him?
No, it didn't surprise me at all. I think I was especially with the team that England picked, it was awesome that he gets a chance. And I think once 2025 rolls around, he'll have a real good shot at that World Cup and even the tests at the end of the year against Tonga.
Yeah. In terms of your contribution to him, his game, and how he's come on, can you give us an insight into how that's worked?
I guess it was just a natural sort of thing. We get on really well, and it's just about like I pick bits of his game. I think he gets out and it is very direct, and his little bits of deception and that I try and add to my game, and I guess I try and help him with his running and sort of we just work in a really good partnership and a real good combination. And as I said, it's been awesome to see him progress. So when he first got here, when we sort of turned up around the same time, and now to be playing for England.
And his kicking game's certainly something as well, isn't it? It's very good.
Yeah, no, it's outstanding. So it's another part of his game, which I try and he's probably taught me a bit over the last few years, and I've actually started to get a few kicks away. So it's been good.
Yeah, indeed so. Because you can't always get to the line one way, but when it's the last tackle, that little kick into the in-goal area, which has provided a few tries this season, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's been good. Usually I'm the one chasing, so it's a bit different to sort of put the kick through, but no, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, indeed. What about the form of the team, right? And the fact that, you've had a break. Did it come at the right time, or do you think that's just a mindset?
No, I think it did. We started back quite early, as in regards to preseason and that, and we had a very tough preseason over here. Here. So, and then to play that 10 game, we knew Willie was very good. He told us pretty early on in the year that we'd get this break, so everyone could sort of plan and go away. But we knew we had a 10 game block to sort of put everything into, and after that we'd get a break. And I think obviously there was a couple of games there where the league game, etc. But on the main, it's been a very good 10 weeks, and I think it come at the right time. I think in that CAS game, we obviously played FC and we played Saints, so there were two big games, and I think parts of that CAS game we probably had a little bit of fatigue in there, and it was good to have a week off and refresh.
Has there been any surprises? Have you surprised yourself where you are in the league and how many games you've won?
No, I think we've got a really good squad here. We've got a really good team of fellas who get on really well, and I think successful teams that I've been a part of, that's one of the main things is all the boys getting on, and I think we've got that here. I think last year we won 6 in a row maybe, and obviously back end of the year we just couldn't get a team on the field. But I think we've got a really good squad here, and Willie's really added to that, and he's sort of probably some of those games this year we probably wouldn't have won in the past. I think we've got a real grit and determination about us, which we've always had underlying, but it's sort of come forward. And we're going into games now knowing that we can beat anyone, and we've got a lot of confidence.
Can I just highlight one area that seems to have improved exponentially, and that's the line defense and defense, per se.
Yeah, no, it has. I think there's a lot of effort into that. I think, but especially in the preseason, we work very hard on just little areas that we can improve on and fix up. And those little changes have made a big difference. And I think it's only, compared to last year, it's only small changes that have been implemented, but they've made a real big difference. And as I said, when you've got a team of blokes that get on really well, you seem to have good defense, because everyone will back each other up and work hard for each other.
And has there been more emphasis on that under Willie as opposed to Tony Smith?
Just probably a different way of going about it, I guess. Tony's obviously massive on saving tries too. It's his big thing, and Willie's come in and added his own variation and spin. And at the moment, the boys have all latched onto it, and it's going really well.
What about your future then? Because you've got another year on your contract, and have talks taken place, or are you quite happy with the way things are at the moment, contract-wise?
No, I'm pretty happy. I think, as you said, I've got another year, so I haven't really thought about it too much. I'll just sort of get to the end of this year and then next year and see what happens.
Is it likely that you'll end your career at Hull Kingston Rovers, or do you still have a yearning to perhaps have a last hurrah in the NRL?
No, I don't think so. I think that ship's fully sailed. I think I've enjoyed my time. I've loved my time over here and that, and I don't think I don't think that would be an option, really. Obviously, it's rugby league. You never say never, but yeah, it's not really something I'm looking at.
Oh, well, that's gratifying. The fans will be quite happy with that because they've taken to you, haven't they?
Yeah, no, it's good. I said, to be honest, I'm not really too sure. I think I've never seen myself as someone who's going to play on till 34, 35, like some of the other blokes in the team. But
really?
No, that's not. I don't think so. I think obviously got the end of next year, and then we'll see what happens there.
So it could be. That's it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it could be, but I haven't made a decision. But I don't see myself playing, to be honest. It'd be end of next year or maybe 1 year after that, but I can't see myself playing beyond that.
Have you got some plans for when you finish playing then? Are you going to become a millionaire businessman, an entrepreneur, or are you going into coaching, or what are your thoughts?
No, not into coaching. It'd be no, I've got a degree in civil engineering, so I've in engineering project management side of things. That's probably where I'd lean towards at the moment. But it's still, I hope, like at least 18 months away. So we'll see what happens. Anything can change.
All right. Well, I won't quiz you too much, but if I need a bridge building in my back garden, I know where to come, don't I?
Yeah,
nice. Okay, so you're on this great run. 6 wins on the spin, and you've got to pick it up, haven't you, after this break? One thing you can't allow it to do is, interrupt the winning sequence.
Yes and no. I think obviously, yes, we've definitely got to pick it up. We've got Willie likes working in 2-week blocks, and we've got another big 2-week block, and we've got some over the next 2 months. We've got a pretty tough draw, so we'll sort of see where we're at. But I think there's been a little bit of talk about we've got some time off in that, but I think in the short term, that's more of a long-term thing. I think it's all good getting to June, July, August and being in a good position, but then burning out in September, October and sort of fizzling out of the competition. That's when you want to be playing well. So I think this break will help us in the long term when we get to the back end of the year and the boys are a bit fresher than they would have been without it. So I think while we're definitely ready to go on Friday, the break, however we play Friday, I don't think the break's got anything to do with it. I think that's more of a longer term play.
What about Huddersfield then as an opposition? I always, I think they've got a great game in them, but I also think that they've got an ugly game in them, and witness, their expectations against Hull FC last time, with Hull FC on a bad run, and it didn't work for them.
Yeah, obviously they'll be disappointed with how they played against FC, so we expect them to come out firing on Friday. They're a good team, a very good team, especially over the last couple of years. They've really progressed, and I think they're sort of a team where you have an idea of what you're going to get. They're pretty, they stick to their structure a lot, but then they've got players that who'll break that structure and play what they see. So you've sort of got to be careful on both fronts.
Well, yes, and they've added to their squad with the archetypal person who plays what he sees in Jake Connor, haven't they?
That's exactly. So you sort of know what you're going to get in parts of their game, but in other games they play off the cuff as well. So you got to be careful of both.
How big a danger are they to you?
Yeah, they are. They'll be a really good test. Obviously, they're probably not sitting where they probably should be, really. I think they're a very good team, and I think, it'll be a big test for us.
What about the pack? Because your pack has gone really well this season and set things up for you. But they've got a big pack as well, haven't they?
They do. So it's it's going to be a good test to see sort of where we're at. I think over these next 2 weeks we'll get a good idea of how we're really going, and over the next probably 2 months we will. But we're as I said, we're going into games now confident we're going to win. So I think we've got that confidence about us.
Starts to look as though you're making Craven Park a bit of a fortress as well. Has that been something that, particularly after last year, that you sat down as a squad and said, "Hey, this is what we've got to do"?
Yeah, I think you obviously want to play well in front of your home fans, and I think when we come out here and play, they're awesome fans. They're so loud, and they just sort of get you going and gets the boys pumped up. So it's not something we've talked about and saying we definitely want to do it, but it's just naturally what happens, and naturally as a team, you want to play well in front of your home fans.
And you've had 1 or 2 changes with players coming in, particularly in the pack. How do you think these overseas players have assimilated? Jesse Sue and Reece Kennedy and people like that.
Yeah, they've been great. They've added to what we're about, and I think as they've got through the winter months now, so as we get into summer and faster footy, they'll sort of see what it's all about, and I think they'll really enjoy it.
Okay, and you're starting at the moment. We've already kind of touched on it a little bit, but either way, off the bench or starting, are you quite happy whichever way it goes?
Yeah, no, we're happy with Jez and I. Yeah, at the moment I've been starting, but whether that changes, just up to Willie week to week, really. I think as we go in the back end of the season, there'll be times where I start, Jez starts. I think it's sort of just how it goes. You're not naive to think you can play 30 plus games really with Challenge Cup and play every minute. You're just not going to be able to do it really over here. So with the intensity that Willie wants us to play at, we'll just come on and do our thing.
Nice that you talked about the Challenge Cup. You've got a good tie first up, Batley at home. All being well, you should progress, and then you're not too far away from being where the money is.
Yeah, no, it's a good draw. Obviously, it's a good draw for Batley. They're going to come up here, and I think they'll give it their all and give us a good test. But yeah, no, just with the Challenge Cup, and as you said, the way it is now, you're only round 6, so you're almost only 2 wins away from the semi-final, and then it would be awesome to make it. I've made 3 semi-finals now and not progressed to the final, so hopefully this year's the year.
Was that one of the things on your tick list when you came across here?
Yeah, definitely. But as it goes, you just don't know. So you get yourself into the semi-final, and to be fair, the semi-finals we played in, we haven't been too close. But obviously, yeah, it's something you definitely want to do while you're over here.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the years to come, to have the memory and the pictures and the videos of a Wembley appearance, we can't take that away, can you?
No, so no, definitely not. Experienced Old Trafford, and that was unreal, but to experience Wembley would be outstanding.
Good to talk to you, Matt, as always. Thank you very much for your time.
No worries at all.
Hi, Matt. You all right, mate?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just on the subject, what Gwilla mentioned about the fact that you don't think you have 5 or 6 years left, but then you can coincide that with the Challenge Cup and your grand finals. Does that make it a bit more of an extra incentive to try and do something special with this group? Of course, you're a professional, you want to do it, but knowing that there's not long left, does that make it a bit more, that added spice?
Yeah, definitely. I think with the squad here, especially in my time, this squad's been building and it's probably been building since I've been here. So I think we've got a really good shot this year, a really good shot. I think obviously in the past, I think we've had good chances and just injuries have been just so cruel. But this year is the first year in a long time where we're going into games with our full squad fit and we can pick our best 17 of that for that week. And you need that luck in order to get these games to be in the position we're in. You need a bit of luck, but I think we've really got the squad that could do something special this year.
Yeah, definitely. And I asked Willie the same question. Obviously, the first 10 weeks have been brilliant, but, that's the first job. And is it now for you guys? The first bit's done. Now you kick on and you've got the cup, you've got the back end of the season. This is probably where it counts most, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely think over these next probably 2 months are going to be massive for us. We've got some pretty tough draw, as I said. So, these first 10 weeks have given us the confidence. Not that we had the confidence, but it's proven more probably externally that we're a team that can do something this year. As I said, we've got a really good squad of blokes and they're playing really well at the moment. So, but yeah, this is a tough bit where we've ticked off the first part of the year, but there's still a long way to go and we need to keep it up.
Perfect. Thanks, Matt. Best of luck Friday.
Thank you.